Hello everyone, it's Destiny Dad here, and today I just wanted to kind of talk about controller versus MnK um, from a controller standpoint. I'm a controller player and play on PC, so have some experience with that. And so especially since I thought this would be a good subject to bring up because of crossplay coming very soon. And we're going to have a lot of console players being able to play on PC, and we'll be able to play with Xbox players, PlayStation players. I think it's going to be great. I think I'm very excited about expanding the player base. Um, and I think it's going to be good for the community as a whole. I'm not really going to be talking about cheating per se. I do feel like that is much less of a problem than it used to be. So I know in higher end activities like trials, it may still be an issue a little bit. But I watched trials. Um, been watching trials this weekend, and I really didn't see a lot of that. It's much less than it used to be. So but anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk about the two different interfaces and stuff, and some of the misconceptions that I had as a controller player that I felt that I was putting myself at a huge disadvantage. Playing PvP against MnK players, and I would say that that's not entirely the case. I think Destiny is one of the one of the more interesting games in that they do cater to players that are on console that choose to play controller. I mean, a good example of that is The Last Word, where they have made that weapon a controller weapon. That is not a MnK weapon. It's just not. And I've heard lots of MnK players complain about The Last Word. It's still, even with the nerf, is still very strong. If I would say it's a higher tier weapon though. You do have to practice and get very good at it. I'm not good at The Last Word, but I respect it. I think it's still a good choice of weapon for a controller player if you choose to play that style. Um, of course, sniping. I mean, I think sniping is also a really good choice and stuff when it comes to controller. Um, you know, you're just going to be playing more at distance typically and stuff as a controller player and stuff because you can't really compete as well. Not saying that it is Destiny and the best player doesn't always win. Let's put it that way. Um, but sorry, that was my cat here, so I was just wondering what was happening. So, but I would say that for the most part, you have to kind of stick to the percentages and uh, infighting is going to be to the advantage of the MnK player and stuff, shotgunning and stuff when you're up in close and stuff. They could just do some things that a controller player just cannot do. When I am playing a little more aggressive, it's my little kitten there, Safi. Say hi, Safi. So I choose to play Bastion. For me, the ease of use on that versus the shotgunning game, since you can't turn and aim as well, it's just easier with Bastion. And then you just have to understand the ranges and what you have to do. Um, and once you do that, you really can, do very well even in infighting. In this game, for example, I'm actually going against another player that chose to use Bastion as well. And he never really does get me. There he goes. He just missed a shot there. Because once you play with a weapon really, a lot, you can like I said, you just know the disadvantages of the weapon, and so whenever I faced him, I just knew, you know, where to position myself, where I never actually, like I said, he never killed me. There's this whole match there with Bastion anyway. Um, so I would say that there should, just embrace the interface that you choose to use. It would be um, my best advice on using controller against MnK players and stuff, is just embrace it. You can still play very um, well with a controller. There's nothing wrong with it. I've never really, felt like I was at a huge disadvantage, playing against MnK players and stuff at any time. If I felt like I was getting beat, it was just because, they are just better than me, and not because, oh, they're just cheesing on a better interface. So, another thing I would say, is just, the weapons that you choose, just to expand on that. I choose like auto rifles and pulses. You're going to have a hard time using, hand cannons. Hand cannons are going to be more of an MnK thing just because of the recoil. Again, both are strong. I mean, nothing wrong with using a pulse. Nothing wrong, I know they used to call it like the dad weapon, but you know what? I've seen plenty of good players using pulse rifles and stuff. Cold Denial, Vigilance Wing, and No Time to Explain right now is becoming my favorite pulse rifle to use. Very, very strong. So embrace the interface. Don't and don't feel like you can't play your style of play. There's a lot of different weapons. We're in a very good sandbox. A lot of them can be strong, other than maybe a scout rifle in PvP. But it's we may be coming to, they may buff that in the future. But just embrace the different weapons that you are, that are kind of cater to the interface that you're using, and just have fun. So, and other than that, that's really all I have to say. Thank you all for watching, and take care.